Hey guys, and welcome to the video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm so happy to have you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all. Really quickly before I get into the actual topic of the video, if you guys are super into the makeup look I have on right now, I do have an Instagram tutorial up that you guys can go ahead and watch and see all of the products on my face in action, how I did it. Now we can get into the video. So I figured because the Sephora VIB spring sale's coming up really soon, like in a few days, I wanted to basically just share my Sephora loves wish list with you guys, let you know what I personally would be interested in purchasing during the sale, or just in general, but definitely more often than not picking it up during a sale period, because I'm pretty sure they only have 2 sales a year and you definitely want to get your hands on the expensive stuff during the sale. Now, what I've noticed is they're only having 15% off for VIB Rouge and VIB, when I believe normally it's 20% off for VIB Rouge. Now, I ain't mad because I'm just a regular VIB, so 15% is cool, and then 10% for the insiders. So those are some quick details before we get into what I want. This is about me. Rest in peace, my channel. So the first 2 products on my list, and I'm going to mention them kind of in the same breath because they're pretty much the same thing, they're just like a different formula from what I understand, is the Benefit Hoola Matte Bronzer in Light and the Benefit Hoola Cream to Powder Quickie Contour Stick. Now, big surprise, your girl has never tried anything from the Benefit Hoola anything, nothing whatsoever. I have never tried it, not even the original Hoola, not even a mini size. But I know, given my skin tone being super pale, that I definitely would want to be trying the Hoola Light. So I probably won't pick up the bronzer anytime soon, just because I am currently working on a project pan, and one of the items in my project pan is a bronzer, and I just know that if I go and I get the Hoola and I love it, I'm not going to put it down, and then I will never ever hit pan on this bronzer. So as for the Quickie stick, I do think I'll probably pick that up in the more near future, and that is just because at the moment I am using the NYX contour stick and I am like so close to being done, and I was either thinking about just repurchasing that or going straight for the Hoola stick. So I might go for that. And I have heard that the shade of the Quickie stick is like pretty pale for a contour or for a bronzer shade, so perfect for me. But I'm definitely interested in those 2 things because I know everyone and their mom is obsessed already and has been for the past, what, like 10 years, something ridiculous, with the Hoola bronzer and Hoola range. So yeah, those are the first 2 things on my list. Next up, I actually have 3 foundations in my loves list because I really just can't decide which one I want to try more, and I do think it all comes down to shade. So the first one is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I know that literally everyone when this came out was super into it. It's like super full coverage from what I remember, and it's Urban Decay, so it's gotta be good. And at the moment I am working through my Too Faced Born This Way foundation that is also a part of my project pan, so a foundation may or may not be coming to my life soon. I don't know how long it takes to go through a foundation, but I did pay quite a couple pennies for the Too Faced, so I definitely don't want to get anything else until I finish up that one. But the first one on my list is definitely the Urban Decay Naked Skin. The next one is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream with SPF 50. Now this one is kind of like veering on maybe not even possible, just because they do have quite a small shade range. I think it's like 6, maybe 8 shades. And from what I know from one of my favorite YouTubers, Arna Elaine, who's super pale like me, she did try this CC Cream foundation, and she said that the lightest shade was actually not light enough for her. So there's a good chance it is not light enough for me. It is on my list regardless, because I know throughout the YouTube community, the beauty community, it is very well loved, and who doesn't want a full coverage CC cream? I mean, SPF 50, guys. What do you mean? The third foundation on my loves list is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This one I do believe has a massive shade range. There's definitely going to be an option for me. And again, really the reason why it's on my list is because of how widely loved it is throughout the beauty community, and I am just on the hunt for a new foundation, you guys. Help me out. Leave me some suggestions in the comments below. I am pale and I like a dewy finish, so some of these I think have a matte finish, but I'm willing to try new things. I'm willing to try. The NARS is a little bit more expensive than the other two. It's literally $10 more than the other two, but if it's that good, should I try it? Should I try it? The next two products on my loves list are kind of the same thing again, but different, and that is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Primer and Setting Spray and the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer. So this is a little bit confusing to me because I'm pretty sure that this spray is like supposed to be a setting spray, but it also says primer, and then there's also the primer, which is like in a tube. So I don't know if I actually need both of them. I could probably just go for the spray, but I am definitely on a hunt for a more hydrating primer because I do have pretty dry skin and I have not had that much luck quite yet. And I've heard very, very good things about this. I know that I currently like Too Faced products, so I could probably like these primers, setting sprays. So those two are definitely on my list, and I know you'll probably notice that a lot of the stuff on my list tends to be things that everyone in the world is already obsessed with, but I'm very slow to most of these parties, so you know, it might take me a minute. Next up on my list is actually the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I know everyone has this. I have not got it yet because, to be quite honest, you guys, it's damn expensive. It's 66 Canadian dollars. Like, what do you mean $66 for a palette? That's ridiculous to me, to be quite honest. But it is very beautiful. It is exactly the kind of colors that I like to wear. And the only reason why I think I wouldn't maybe get it is because I have seen a couple of my favorite YouTubers, including Jessica Braun, say that they kind of passed it on to someone else because they weren't really using it that much. So maybe it's not as good as it's hyped up to be, but it definitely looks absolutely gorgeous, and it's on my list regardless. Another palette on my list is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. This one is definitely a little bit newer to Sephora, but I mean, I guess it has been out for probably like a month now, hasn't it? But it's on my list because it looks beautiful, and I'm definitely into those soft glam neutral shades. Now, I also do not own the Modern Renaissance. I don't own any of the palettes from Anastasia, so I did decide in my own little brain that the soft glam would be the one that will go on my list rather than the rest of them, because it was kind of between Modern Renaissance and soft glam, and from what I understand, there's like half the shades in Modern Renaissance also in soft glam, and I know that I definitely don't need both of them, and I have a feeling I would probably get way more use out of soft glam, so that is the one that I put on my list, and hopefully I'll get it soon. Next up on my list, because oh my gosh, every video I watch about this is insane and I just have to know, is the Becca Hydra-Mist Set and Refresh powder. This is basically supposed to be like a setting powder that's made of something stupid like 50% water, and every single YouTuber I've seen review this, when they put it on their face, their reaction is just like, what is going on? What is life? Am I putting water on my face? And part of me is like, this is a conspiracy and the brand is telling them this is how you should react so people will buy it, or this is what's actually happening. That's really dumb. I'm pretty sure that sounds really dumb. But part of me genuinely believes that they're all being convinced by the brand to say this stuff. You know, you never know in the beauty community anymore what is real. Sleepy thing. If you hear some of that, it's my dog snoring. I think she's having a dream. Besides all the actual curiosity for how it feels when you put it on your face, I do think that it would be a very nice setting powder for me because of my dry skin, and it's supposed to be hydrating. So there's a bunch of different reasons why I would actually want to try this. I don't think I've ever tried anything from Becca before, except for like a highlighter. And to be honest, it was way too dark for my skin tone, but I really want to try it, and the packaging looks really nice. Next up on my list is just a whole bunch of different products from the First Aid Beauty skincare line, and that includes the Ultra Repair Pure Mineral Sunscreen Moisturizer, Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum, Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer, and the iDuty Triple Remedy AM Gel Cream. Now, I'm not going to go into like too many details about each of these individual products, but I am on the hunt for some new stuff in skincare, and I have heard that this is a very nice, more affordable skincare brand. And I am like this close, maybe 1 use, 2 uses left of my current moisturizer, which is from Biotherm. And the only reason, honestly, you guys, why I don't really want to buy it again is just because it is in a jar packaging, and from what I understand, when things are in a jar packaging and they get exposed to so much oxygen, science, I don't know, something happens and renders the product useless. So I want to try a new moisturizer basically that is not in jar packaging, ideally with a pump. And it seems that First Aid Beauty has that option available, and it's good for sensitive skin apparently, which is what I have. My skin reacts to just about anything, and so that's why it's on my list, amongst other things that I want to try. I don't know how much I need an eye cream, because I've heard that if you have a good moisturizer, you don't need an eye cream, but I don't know. Oh, and I also have the HelloFab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer on my list, because Jessica Braun said it was good, and I trust the girl. I feel like I've talked about a bunch of stuff, so I'm only going to talk about 2 more products. The first one being the Kat Von D Studded Kiss Cream Lipsticks. I basically have OG Lolita, Lolita, and Lolita 2 in my list because I don't really know which shade I want, so I just put all 3. I know that I want to try the Lolita, one of them, just one of them, any of them, I don't care, one of them. And I don't want to get it in like the liquid lipstick formula just because I find that's going to be annoying and drying and I'm not into it. And I'm trying to buy more like tube lipsticks. So I'm really happy that she released those shades in the Studded Kiss lipsticks because I want to try one of them. Last up, I have 2 products, I guess. I said I would only talk about 2 more, but I just have a whole bunch, you guys. Is the Bumble and Bumble BB Curl range, basically the whole range. But at the moment I have the BB Curl Style Pre-Style Restyle Primer, and that's a really long name, and the BB Curl Style Defining Cream in my list. So I recently, as you guys know, did cut my hair, so there's a lot less of it happening right now. And I do have naturally curly hair. So I'm basically just on the hunt for some new products that I can use to enhance those curls. And it seems like the Bumble and Bumble brand has a pretty good range for things like that. And they do seem to have pretty high reviews. So really I'm just on the hunt for some styling products and things like that to enhance this curl. Let me know if you guys have any recommendations. Do you have hair like me? Let me know. I got thick, lots of it. There's a lot of it. I know you can't maybe tell, but I promise you I have so much hair and it's frizzy, it's damaged, and I just want it to be beautiful, beautiful curls. Ringlets, gorgeous, angel-like. So I am going to stop now because I feel like I've been rambling on for a pretty decent amount of time and I don't want this to be the longest video in the world. But those are some of the main things that I have on my Sephora Loves list. And whether or not I actually pick them up during the VIB sale, I honestly don't know, you guys. Maybe I will probably only end up getting like 2 things, to be honest. But if you guys saw my last VIB sale haul, I think I got like maybe 4 or 5 things. I don't tend to really splurge. I really do believe in saving money and getting more affordable products. I love the drugstore, you guys, and I love anything online that's cheap, like ColourPop, Morphe, BH Cosmetics. Those are my top 3 probably at the moment. And yeah, so let me know down below in the comments what is on your Sephora Loves list. What do you guys plan on picking up? Are you mad that the VIB Rouge is not 20%? Let me know. Give me words in the comments. I love chatting with you guys. Don't forget, if you guys like this video, you can give it a big old thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. And if you want to, you don't have to, but you can subscribe. I do put out 1 video every single week. At the moment, I am aiming for 2. And so far, I've succeeded. So let's just keep it rolling. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!